How are we enjoying FinCon so far? Love it. So this is my 8th FinCon. Who's first? Yay, welcome. Second, third, fourth, fifth. Okay, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. All right, I'm only 8th. All right. Well, welcome. My name is Crystal Hammond, and I am the creator of SophisticatedSpender.com. My blog is about being smart with your money. And I'm also the creator of Sip and Sew Old Town. I'm out of Alexandria, Virginia, and I make all my clothes, and I teach sewing classes. I have not bought any clothes in 23 months, so I made everything, including what I have on. So come along for the ride. So, can you hear me? Oh, sorry. Okay. There we go. Okay, much better. Is that better? I'll just look like this stiff neck. No, just kidding. All right, so FinCon, the one thing I can say is it is definitely life-changing. That's me back in my, let's see, so that was 2011, back in my, almost 20s? I'm 40 now. So that was a long time ago. So that was me on my way to FinCon, the first one. And so this is me now. I do a lot of charity projects thanks to the sewing class. We've sent over 100 bags to Puerto Rico of necessities, toiletries, stuff like that. So I love giving back. That's like one of my favorite things. I wish I were rich enough to do everything for free, but of course that cannot happen. So my tips, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. Network. When you're at FinCon, do not just collect business cards. You're here to build relationships. Figure out how you and someone else can work with the people you just met. Like, for instance, there's one of the affiliate places that are out here, like Commission Junction, things like that. This year, my goal is to see how many sewing affiliates they have, because I'm new to sewing, so I don't know where their affiliate people hang out. So I want to get paid for sending my people to their websites, you know, to where do you buy fabric, where do you buy machines. Like, even you guys get asked a lot of questions, you know, where do you get this, where do you get XYZ? So I'm here to make those connections with, hey, can you put me in front of the people who are paying me to send other people their way? Because I'm just sharing, you know, things that I already do. That's why I started my blog. A lot of people, they were coming to me asking a lot of questions about, well, how did you pay off your car so fast? How did you do this? How did you do that? So I'm just sharing my personal story, and that's been very helpful. And then a good quote is, networking is the #1 unwritten rule of success in business. This is how I started. So this is like a terrible slide, but this was what we started from. So me and Jason Butler from the Butler Journal, after FinCon 16, we were like, okay, this is the year. We're not just gonna leave FinCon with this to-do list and all these cards that we never put into our phones or, you know, make contact with again. We're gonna do something. So FinCon was over in September, so October 1st, we were like, let's get together and let's do a side hustle challenge. So we called it the hashtag 1K hustle. So we both challenged our readers to figure out a way to make $1,000 in October. So, you know, you could do whatever you want, you know, take things you've been already doing and, you know, figure out a way to make money. And I used to sew in high school, but I had quit because I made this 3-piece suit and I thought I was sharp, but it was like a tan flesh color, so I looked pretty crazy and I got laughed out of school, so that's how I quit. But I wanted to win this contest, so I figured, okay, let me see if this sewing thing can work out. So I went from teaching 1 class to now I teach 20 classes per month, just because I would have never thought that this little challenge would, and of course I lost the challenge too, because at first of all, nobody signed up for the first class. And second of all, I only had, like, when I finally had 1 person sign up, it was like I brought everything I possibly owned to the 1 class. And so obviously I don't do that anymore, kind of, but it's grown from just this little idea. So think about who you can collaborate with, who do you vibe with, because me and him, we just happen to vibe a lot because we were thinking about side hustles, because I have a lot of side hustles too. So I'm a full-time engineer, But at lunchtime on Mondays, I teach Insanity at the fitness center at my gym at work. And then Fridays, I teach Zumba at the fitness center at work. And so I also still maybe like monthly posts on Sophisticated Spinner because I like to share what I make in the side money. And when I first started with the Zumba and Insanity, I would make like 20, 40, 50, 100. I was up to like $400 a month, but people liked seeing that. I mean, these aren't huge numbers, but they were relatable numbers for my audience. And they're like, okay, maybe I can do something similar. Because you get to see actual figures attached to a certain side hustle. So now, you know, from my blog, they were coming to see how much they can make as a fitness instructor, you know, a couple times a week, because I only teach twice a week. So that was how it was formed from this. So share and get social. Like I said, no one came to my first class because they're like, the people were thinking, you want us to give you how much money and we don't know who you are? My Instagram was only followed by like, you know, the few, my friends in my office and, you know, a couple other friends. So your online presence has to be strong. Find out the hashtags that people are using in your niche. We just had a debate on how to say that word. Niches get stitches. That's how they were saying to remember how you say the word. So the hashtags, because that's how people find you. I follow a lot of hashtags on Instagram, like for sewing, even for like stocks. When I was looking for the certain stocks, like the cryptocurrencies, and now I guess marijuana, they're trying to say money grows on trees with those stocks. So I would just immerse myself in whatever hashtags were familiar in those groups, and then I would use those hashtags in any post that I was writing that pertained to that particular audience or keyword. A meetup group, I would have never thought that a meetup group would be as successful as it was, because you know, the Yahoo meetup groups, there's a meetup group for pretty much anything. And since my business is a brick and mortar, I want foot traffic, not web traffic. So meetups are usually local groups. You can find a lot of people in your community. Nextdoor is really another good app for finding people that are in your community already, and comment on other people's posts. Like, and it doesn't have to be, you know, side hustle related or whatever you want to do related. You can just be like, you know, Susie's looking for someone to babysit, you know, like, hey, I know this babysitter. Or, you know, so-and-so needs help and with curtains. And you can say, well, hey, you know, I can try to help out XYZ. So Meetup and Nextdoor, those are a couple of, and of course there could be more out there. I know Nextdoor is community specific, so I don't know if they're worldwide yet, but there's something in your area. The Facebook group, I have my Facebook and Instagram pages linked, so whatever I post on Instagram goes on Facebook. I don't know if that works vice versa. So everything we do, I'm posting. And I was also told, like, when you have your Facebook group for your side hustle page or your business page, you want to have Pages Manager also, so that when you boost posts or promote posts, you do it from Pages Manager, because it looks like more businessy and you're more likely to get your ad approved. So I do a lot of ads too based on zip code, because depending on what your brick and mortar will be, you want foot traffic. So you don't want people like, I'm the DC area, so that's a huge area. People come from Maryland, Delaware. So I have a target zip code that I like to focus on when I'm doing my marketing. And then your email list is, I know everyone's been telling you that too, the email list really is king. I use ConvertKit for my email, what is it called? Like the email, like the contact and all that stuff. So I have everyone segmented, like you have a chance on my website to join the email list. So everyone gets a opening sequence, like, hey, you're on the email list. Now what's next? You know, you will get monthly emails from me, you know, saying what I'm up to and what classes are offered next month. You're also whenever I do like a sale or a special, I love teachers. Like, I have a soft spot in my heart for teachers. So like a lot of times I'll do like half off class for teachers. firemen, things like that. I love to do special, like Black Friday, stuff like that. So I don't bombard them with emails, but I still keep in contact. And I always give them an incentive for being on the email list. Like, you guys have a 24-hour head start, on the classes before anyone else. So they get access to the classes before the public does. And I use Eventbrite for my meetings, and they actually connect it to Facebook automatically for you too. So people can check in. It adds it to their Google Calendar or iCalendar. So now they remember that they've signed up for your class, and they can check in. You can check them in. And I always ask when they get to the class, be like, this is a time that I want you on your phone. Make sure you like us. Make sure you check in and, give us feedback and thoughts. And another good idea I received was after class, have a video camera set up to, have them share their thoughts after class. Of course, I've been too nervous to do that, but that's another good idea too. Have something set up where after class they can share their thoughts. Because, my classes are only 2 hours, and they are excited that, like, a lot of them never sewn, and they make something in 2 short hours. The FinCon group has been helpful. Sewing has nothing to do with finance, but I've gotten a lot of tax questions answered, insurance questions answered, business in general questions answered, how to talk to my audience questions answered, how do I do ads for my audience. So I've gotten a lot of questions answered, and even like, what do I say? Because a lot of times I get all these questions and crazy requests for, things and parties and whatnot, and I don't know what to say. So a lot of times I'll go to the group, and notice, you're all in the FinCon group, the Facebook group, right? Like, everybody's helpful. Like, there's not a question that goes unanswered. Someone has something in common. Like, I met another Zumba instructor in the FinCon group too. So you never know. Just ask, because we are not reinventing the wheel here. We're here to learn from what I do easy that you struggle with, and you're here to teach me what's easy for you. You can teach me something that I struggle with. And then get local, since, like I said, if you're interested in a brick and mortar, an actual business, you have to get local. There's a small business administration in every city. We all have them, so you need to get to know those people. Those are your best friends to have in your pocket, because they have free meetings, they have a lot of resources, and they have a lot of people. Because I'm actually switching from brick and mortar, because rent's getting expensive, to pop-up shop style. So they're helping me to connect with vacant businesses that just want to do a short-term lease. And plus you want to test it out. It's like, I don't want to commit to a whole lease. And actually how I started originally, I partnered with a paint and sip lady. Sip and sew, paint and sip. And so we actually would partner up and teach on opposite days. So find someone else similar in your community, see how you can work together. But you will meet them at these kind of meetings. I got a mentor from SCORE. That's also the Small Business Administration. They give you a really good mentor, and they match you with someone who's actually in whatever industry you're looking to get into. So I also have a local bank account, just because they actually did all my paperwork for my LLC, because there were a lot of paperwork I didn't know I needed. There's a lot of paperwork you need. So, and I'm glad I separated the finances early also. That makes your tax life so easy. Please separate everything. And then the incubators, like 1776 WeWork, they are so helpful in businesses also. They actually take you in. The Urban League also has a program. I went through their program, and I actually won the pitch contest. And then that got me to Shark Tank, where I pitched for Shark Tank. I made it to the video round, but not TV. But I do plan on polishing my pitch, and I will enter again next year. But that was fun, and that took me into a direction that I had no idea that I was going to go in. But there are a lot of contests too for capital that you need to find, because there was one girl, she created, I think it's called some kind of Nowhere. She created a napkin where if you're on a date, you can get some of your drink on a napkin to see if it's been tampered with. And she said she entered like 20 local competitions for capital, and that's how she got funding for her business, because a lot of us don't have like 20, 30,000 laying down just to see if, hey, does this idea I have, will it work? You want to see if it works before you spend all the money, or you want to spend someone else's money. So get your mentors and things like that and do the research, and because they will point you into the direction of people who have resources and who can answer all of your questions. And my favorite thing is Outsource. I just told you I'm an engineer, teach Zumba, teach Insanity, have a blog, and I teach sewing classes. I teach my classes on Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. When do you sleep? Like, there's no way to do it all, and I don't do it all. I've used virtual assistants, Upwork, Fiverr, website, business cards, logo, because I can't draw a logo. I'm busy trying to sweat it out at the gym. So pay someone else to do that. Even my emails. So as I said, they get a welcome email. They get a sewing tip of the week, and my finance people, they get a money tip of the week or month. I've actually switched it to monthly, but I went on Upwork and I found someone for 25 bucks to write those 12 emails for me. So my next step is to go back to Upwork or to my VA, and after I meet some of the affiliate marketers out here, I will have them make another email, and it's like, hey, can you lace these different affiliate companies into the emails? It's like, for instance, I want to email all about fabric. They'll talk about, how to pick it out, the feel, texture, and then these are websites where you can buy fabric, and then those will all be affiliate links. So you can even do things like that for whatever your business is. But this is, examples of thinking outside of the box. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. There's someone out there who wants to write your newsletters for you, your thank you emails. They get a thank you for coming email after the class. Like the last class is on Sunday. So on Wednesday, everyone who attended my class for that week, they get an email. I'm not sending the emails. Thanks to ConvertKit and my assistants, they've already set it up. Like, even when you buy, you get tagged as a buyer in the email system, and then you are tagged to get that monthly email. And even when the monthly newsletters go out, you're already tagged as a buyer, so you get the emails before everyone else receives the emails. But I didn't do this, on my own. Someone else had to show me, because I don't know how to write a thank you email. I'm just, okay, thanks you guys, bye. You can't say thanks, bye. Like, you're building a relationship. You want them to come back. You want them to tell you, your friends, their friends about you. So you need to go a step beyond just the regular, oh, thanks. And, and you tell them, I'm not, Joanne Fabrics or the big box stores. It's just me and my little machine. And so that also carries weight when you're telling your personal story in each email. Because, like I said, for brick and mortar, you're meeting these people in person. This is not all online. And that's a totally different animal. And then, like I said, feedback, surveys, and then just make sure you listen and give them what they want, because ultimately you're there sharing your expertise, your knowledge with them, because you want to help them reach their goals, or come in to learn what you have to offer, what you have to teach. So I think that's everything, and that's how to reach me. Crystal Hammond on Facebook, Sophisticated Spender, Sip and Sew Old Town. The same is for Instagram, and then that's my Twitter. So if anyone has any questions, or you want to tell me what kind of brick and mortar you're thinking you're transitioning to, I am happy to answer the questions. No, just kidding. All right, Bueller. No, just kidding. Oh, wait, I can't hear you. Yes, they're really good with, they bring people in like in the places like WeWork and the Incubators. They'll either take you in as a business if you want to go through their whole program, or they also sometimes let people pop up sometimes in and out. But you just work with the local one. And the good thing to learn from them, they're interested in taking your business from where you are to where you want to go. So, and the WeWork and the co-working spaces like that, a lot of people don't realize you're interviewing them. If you want to give them, monthly, because a lot of times they have a monthly fee, they need to give you something for that monthly fee. And the whole point of an incubator is to take you from where you are to where you want to be. You don't want to just come in there, pay a fee, have the free beer or whatever they have. You actually want to grow, and so that is their job. So you do tell them, hey, what other companies have come through there and where have they gone? Because you can just sit in any, you can go to the library then for free if they're not going to help you build your business. That is their really, and I didn't know that that was their point. I really thought it was just a place to go work and you pay a monthly fee, but they're like, nope, you can do that at the library. It's our job to help you grow. So definitely ask them questions like that when you're looking at, because a lot of them are popping up now, so they're actually competing with each other for our business. Good question. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. What did you say? Oh, there are a lot of good tips. A lot of people do go through Upwork and Fiverr for virtual assistants, but one thing is follow your gut. Okay, how many times has your gut been wrong? Never, right? Always go with your gut. Like, always schedule a phone call with the person, and never hire friends and family. It will start off nice and it will go downhill real, they'll come to work, you come to work and they think you're hanging out that day, and it's like, no, let's not talk about housewives. We're here to work. And it takes a lot of work too, because you have to go through a lot of people. Like one of my good friends, they went through 150 interviews before they found the right person. So you really have to be willing to look. And then video works too for me, because now with my person, I do a lot of video and talking when I communicate what I want them to do. And you need a SOP, like a standard operation procedure, so that every person gets the same treatment from whether they come in through email or they come in through the front door. They all have a process as far as what gets followed down to the, hey, what to expect at class tomorrow, to thank you for coming, here's the next classes, or here's what we learned in class, here's a recap, because I'm looking to get into, doing a video version of all the classes. So I'll be looking for help in that direction too. So hopefully, yeah, that answered your question. Yep.
When you outsource your emails, how much guidance do you give in terms of outlining or just
Well, and like I said, yeah, it's just a general topic, because like I said, I'm not the best at writing fluff or what have you. I can talk someone's head off to death about it, but, I don't know how to technically write it. So even if I have like a thought stream or a talking stream, I'll talk it out and email it to my email writer, or I'll even type it out and I'm like, okay, here's what I was thinking, fix it. They do a good job of fixing everything too. And I've also you find who's doing it right in your area. There's like Similar Web. There's a whole bunch of different websites that tell you who's doing something similar to what you're doing. And then I tell them, hey, this is the website that I want to look like. Join their email list. You can see the tone of what they say. Am I missing something? You make sure you're covering all the bases. So I do have 3 websites that even on Facebook, you can add on your Facebook page 3 similar websites, and they'll tell you how you're doing compared to those businesses, because there's a local sewing business also, and I make sure that I'm at least on the same page as they are as far as posting, what they're posting, and the questions. Always write down the questions that you're told, because that's your next money maker and things like that. So, yep, all right, we're done. Thank you guys so much. I hope to chat with you guys. We're getting ready for the next people. All right, thanks.